Okay, so good afternoon to all. So in last lecture, what we learned about the voltage regulation. Generally, we are using the voltage regulation to find the simply no load voltage and the full load voltage. And there are numbers of methods to find the voltage regulation. So the best two methods are, you can say, the EMF method, and another one is the MMF method. So EMF method is also known as the synchronous impedance method. So that we learned in the last lecture, how we are finding the synchronous impedance, how we are finding the voltage regulation in synchronous impedance method. Simply, we have to find the value of armature resistance RA by giving the DC supply, and the value of resistance you are getting, simply you have to multiply it with 1.5. So you are getting the actual resistance, armature resistance. Then we are finding the characteristic. So we have to plot the open circuit characteristic and the short circuit characteristic. So open circuit characteristic, we are plotting about the field current and the no load voltage or the voltage, and the short circuit characteristic, we are plotting between the short circuit current and the field current. Now we are selecting a particular value of field current. Suppose let's say 2 ampere. So the current flowing to the field winding, let's say it's 2 ampere. So for 2 ampere, we are finding the short circuit current also, and at the same 2 ampere, we are finding no load voltage also, open circuit voltage also. So we have open circuit voltage and the short circuit current at particular common field current. Now we are taking the ratio of voltage divided by current. So we have the synchronous impedance ZS. Okay, V by I is equal to R for DC and V by R is equal to Z for AC. So we are getting the ZS. Now from ZS, we can find the value of XS, which is my synchronous reactance. Okay, now equation you are aware about that. Simply one minute. One minute, do not leave the session. Okay, so actually what we are doing for constant value of, okay, for the constant value of field current, what we are doing at the time, we are finding the no load voltage, or you can say actually it is open circuit voltage, and same field current we are finding the short circuit current. Let's say it is ISC. Okay, so now suppose I am taking the ratio of that no load voltage or open circuit voltage to the short circuit voltage, that I am getting the synchronous impedance. And we are finding the synchronous impedance. That's why its name is, method's name is synchronous impedance method, or it is known as the EMF method. Okay, so now I have the ZS. The another equation of ZS is equal to, it's nothing but RA plus JXS. Okay, RA is my armature resistance. How we can find the armature resistance? Simply by giving the DC supply that we already find. Now I want to find the XS. So let me take the square. So ZS square is equal to, you can say, RA square plus XS square. Now I require the XS. So XS square is equal to, you can say, ZS square minus RA square. And from that we can easily find the value of XS is equal to, is nothing but under root of ZS square minus RA square. Okay, so now I have the ZS, I have the XS and RA. So from that we can easily draw the vector diagram or phasor diagram. And from the phasor diagram, we can easily find the full load voltage at any power factor. It's your choice. Okay, you can select your load, any load. Either you can consider inductive or capacitive or resistive. You can consider any load again. So it's your choice. But by using the vector diagram or phasor diagram, you have this voltage V. And now from that, we can easily find the phasor voltage regulation E0 minus V divided by V multiplied with 100. So we can find the percentage voltage regulation by using this method. So that method we will learn in the last lecture. Okay. So now what we have to do today, we have to solve the examples of the voltage regulation simply. So let me give you, suppose I am telling you, I have 60 kVA alternator. Okay, again the capacity of alternator is in the terms of VA, like we have in a transformer. So suppose let's say I have 60 kVA transformer, 11 kV, 3 phase. Okay, so what should be the value of current for that? For that I have to give the value of what should be the value of current in this case? સપોઝ 60 kVA 11 kV છે તો કેવી રીતે થશે? What is the equation of kVA? kVA means suppose power, so P is equal to, what is the equation for AC power? Into cos phi, power factor P is equal to VI cos phi. So the unit of power is in terms of kilowatt, but when we have a rating in VA, so in VA we are not considering the power factor, it is V and A only. So simply, generally, let's say my kVA rating is 60. Okay, it is given in the example. So kVA rating is 60. Generally for that, the kVA is equal to VI. But here we have to find the three-phase circuit. So kVA rating for this is √3 VLIL. √3 VL into IL. Now, what I have to find? I have to find the value of IL. So it should be kVA divided by √3 into VL only. IL to ગોતવાનું છે. Now what is the value of kVA rating? Okay, my alternator having a 60 kVA. So 60 kVA, K means 10 raised to 3. Okay, divide by √3. What is my voltage rating? 11. So 11 into 10 raised to 3 kVA એટલે વોલ્ટેજ માં કન્વર્ટ કર્યા, kVA ને VA માં કન્વર્ટ કર્યા. So this 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to 3 is cancel out. So my IL is equal to 60 by √3 into IA. What should be the value of? So that is the value of current, 3.14 ampere. Okay, simply we have to convert kVA into VA and the voltage also in terms of voltage. Kilovolt है तो उसको voltage में convert कर दो. Okay, you can convert into voltage. So the unit will be remain same. Otherwise, you are taking the value of kVA and you are taking the ratio by voltage, so it will give the wrong answer. Okay, so unit must be same. Suppose it will be in K, kilo. So let it be. Suppose if you are consider here kilo and kilo, then it will be cancelled out. But here suppose it is given 60 MVA with 11 kV. Then we have to convert either this into megawatt, otherwise this into kVA. Okay, so we have to maintain our unit same. Now, when we have a alternator, it having a star as well as delta connection. Okay, I have star as well as delta connection. So just let me remind you how we have to convert star and delta. So let me give you the example. Again, now it's you have to star and delta relation only. Let's say I have 600 kVA, only 125 volt. Alternator which is connected in star. Okay, 600 kVA, 125 volt, which is alternator connected in star. Okay, sorry. Let's say it's connected in delta and now is reconnected in star. Okay, pela delta connected to, now we have to convert or reconnected it into star. Now what we have to find? We have to find the Okay, so that's the case. Again, I am repeating the example. See, my alternator is first delta connected. When it is delta connected, then it having a 600 kVA and 125 volt. But now I am connecting this same alternator instead of delta into star. So what should be my new voltage rating, new current rating, and new kVA rating? That you have to tell me. Okay, those who are attending the session online, also you can solve it by yourself. Right, right. See, what are the relation for delta connected? For delta connection, let's say this voltage is for delta connected. Okay, for delta connected, this is my voltage. Okay, but we are aware about that in delta connection, my line voltage must be equal to delta માં line voltage and phase voltage વચ્ચે શું relation હોય? What is the relation between line voltage and phase voltage in delta? Can anyone tell me? Eh? Into શું? 3. Okay. Very good, Ashley. So for delta connection, my line voltage must be equal to my phase voltage. So we can say, and its value is 125. It's already given. Now the voltage capacity is 600 kVA. So kVA is equal to root 3 VLIL. Okay, root 3 VLIL. Let's say this is my line current, IL. But now it is divided into the phase. So let's say it is my I phase and this is the IPH. So first of all, we can find the value of line current. Okay, first of all, we can find the value of line current. So my kVA capacity is 600 into 10 raised to 3 converted into VA. Root 3 VL is 125 into IL. So I require the value of load current. IL is equal to 600 divided by into 10 raised to 3 divided by root 3 into 125. What should be my line value of line current? The answer is 2771.28. Okay, so that is my line current. Now, what should be my phase current for this? What is the relation between line current and phase current in a delta connection? Delta connection ma line current and phase current ma શું difference હોય? See, this thing now you have to remember, okay? What is the my screen is not visible. Why? Let me share my whole screen. Now it is visible. Ashley, this whiteboard is visible. I am drawing the delta connected and star connected diagram. My screen is visible or not? I am asking to everyone. Can anyone give me the reply on chat? Okay. So now what is the relationship between the phase current and line current? I think Ashley, in your side you have some issue. Otherwise, I'm getting the answer from another students. They said my screen is visible. So can you re-log in again, leave the meeting and join again? What is the relationship between phase current and line current? 240 volt current बोलता हूँ. See, I phase is equal to IL by root 3 actually. Actually, for delta connection, see, IL is always higher than my phase voltage. You can see here, this is my line current and it is divided in two parts again. So my line current is always root 3 times of my phase current. But suppose here I have line current, I want to find the phase current. So my IPH is equal to, you can say, IPH is equal to IL by root 3. Now my IL is 2771.28 divided by root 3. What should be the answer? 1599.99. Let's say it's 1600 ampere. This is all we derived for the delta connection. Why we are going for the phase current? Because in star connection, we always have the IPH. Okay, and in star current, star connection, we always have the VPH. Okay. Or you can draw the voltage between these two. Let's say this is my line voltage. Okay. So that is the values which we are getting when we are using the delta connected. Now let me have a star connection. Okay, so for star connection, the relation is common. You can say, I mean, let me write down. You are not aware about the line current is always equal to the phase current. Yes, it's level. That's the page. Just I am deriving all the data for delta connected alternator. Okay. See, they are giving that the voltage is 125 for delta connection. My line voltage is equal to my phase voltage there. And the equation for the KVA, it is root 3 VL IL because we have three phase. Suppose instead of three phase, if they are saying single phase alternator, then you do not multiply this root 3, okay? Because for single phase alternator, KVA is equal to V into I only. Okay, why we are multiplying root 3? For the three phase connection. Okay, for the three phase connection. Now, here I have a KVA rating, here I have a voltage. I am finding the line current, which is 2771 I am getting. And the relationship between the line voltage and the phase, line current and the phase current for delta connection, it is IPH is equal to IL by root 3. So from that I am getting the phase current. So now for star connection, the relationship is my line current is always equal to the phase current. Why? Because the current, let's say this is phase, it's also flowing through the same line. So my phase current and line current is same, but now there is a difference between VPH and VL. What is that difference? My VL, it's always root 3 times of my phase voltage. Okay, my line voltage is always root 3 times of my phase voltage. So when we are converting my delta connection into star, my phase voltage it is given is 125. So for star connection, what is my line voltage? Root 3 times my phase voltage. So it is equal to root 3 times into 125. What is my line voltage? Root 3 into 125. Two 16.550. So this is my line voltage for the star connection. Now you can see the difference. Okay, you can see the difference between the voltage. For delta connected, my line voltage is 125, and for star connected, my line voltage is 216.50 volt. Now current, actually current is equal to, we can say, Z is equal to V by I. So I is equal to V by Z. And what is Z? It is the impedance of winding. So just we are connecting the different one. We are connecting delta into star, star into delta. So my impedance remains same. Okay. So you can say the phase current is VPH divided by ZPH is equal to my line current. It remains same for the both the cases. We are already getting the 1600 ampere when it is delta connected. So my phase current or line current, it remain same for star connection. Now what we have to find KVA rating. So KVA is equal to √3 VL IL. So √3, what is VL? 216.05, sorry, 50 into IL, it is 1600. What should be the answer? Five 599.99. So we can say it's 599.99 થયું ને એટલે 600 થયો ને. So its KVA rating is also remain same. Okay, we have starting the example with 600 KVA. So the KVA rating and the current remain same, but there is change in the voltage. Okay, anyone having any doubt in this? Most all the students are online. After the exam, your teaching will be remain as it is. Eh? Main problem is what government says slightly. Okay, so we cannot force anyone. Okay, we cannot even force the students those who are sitting in hostel. You can see all the rules. Then also they are not coming in the class. What we cannot take you have to come person. Otherwise, they say government are telling it's not compulsory. Once the government says completely compulsory to come into offline, and then we can force them. We are not creating the meeting from there onwards, and then we are just thinking offline. Here now we cannot do anything. I don't think government said anything. Single word they are not saying because they require their votes. If they are starting completely offline, Okay, let's take another example. So let me write down the data only. What it says at 1200 kVA. So the alternator having a capacity of 1200 kVA. Okay, 6.6 kV, or you can say 6600 volt, 3-phase, star connected. Okay, so these are the data of the alternator: 1200 kVA, 6600 voltage, 3-phase star connected alternator having its armature resistance, let's say RA is equal to 0.25 ohm per phase. Okay, and its synchronous reactance, which is XS, is equal to 5 ohm per phase. Okay, so now what we have to find? We have to calculate the voltage regulation for two cases. My power at full load. First case, let's say my power factor is 0.8 lagging, and second case, let's say it is 0.8 leading. Okay, so these are the data. So let me take one example for you. Okay, now what we have to find? Voltage regulation. What is the equation of voltage regulation? Percentage no load voltage. So we are finding the phase voltage. So it is EPH minus full load voltage. So let's say it is VPH divided by full load voltage VPH into 100. So now what we have to find? We have to find EPH and VPH. So we have KVA rating directly. From that we can find the current first. So the equation of KVA it is again 3-phase. So √3. Do not leave the meeting. Okay. So what we have to find first, line voltage, line current. So it is equation KVA is equal to √3 VLIL, as we have a three phase. So IL is equal to KVA divided by √3 into VL. I'm converting KVA into VA, so 1200 into 10 raised to 3, √3 into 6600. So my current is 104.97 ampere. Now what we have to do, we have to find the phase voltage. Okay, because it is required for find voltage regulation. So VPH. Here I have star connection. So what is the relation between phase voltage and line voltage for star connected? Divide by ke multiply. My line voltage is equal to √3 VPH. When VPH go to હોય તો શું થાય? VL by √3. So my VPH is equal to VL by √3. My VL is 6600 divided by √3. What's the answer? 3810.51 volt. So this is my VPH. So we have VPH. Now we have to find the EPH. Okay, so for case 1, let's say my power factor is 0.8 lagging. Okay, બે કેસ કરવાના છે. One is 0.8 lagging, another is 0.8 leading. So what is its equation? Let's say the EPH we have is the equation of generated EMF. It is correct. 4.44 F5, then KP, KD and TPH. But when we can use that? When we have frequency, we have flux, we have number of slot, we have KP, we have KD. આમાં તો કાઈ નથી. કેટલા conductor, how many conductors we have, how many slots we have, what is the value of flux. So we cannot use that equation, but we can use the equation which we derive from the phasor diagram or equivalent circuit. Let me show you. 1 minute only. See this equation. Let me share the screen. You can see this equation. Okay, this is my no load voltage. So its equation is E0 is equal to V plus IA ZS. What is ZS? RA plus JXS. So we have the value of RA, we have the value of XS. Armature current is only our line current that we already getting, because star connected, for star connected my line current is equal to my phase current. So armature current also we have V is the VPH that we find. Okay, so we can use this equation. Now how we can use this equation? Only 1 minute. Just let me write down the equation for you, then we can solve this again. Okay, so we have actually the equation. Let me remove this. The equation we have, it is E0 is equal to V plus IA ZS, or you can say V plus IA RA plus JXS. But we cannot use this RA plus JXS. It is different component, and we have power factor also. So actually equation is, we can say we are squaring this one. So EPH square is equal to, you can say again here also square. So VPH cos phi. Okay, power factor लेना पड़ेगा. because power factor is 0.8 lagging, so we have to consider power factor. So VPH cos phi plus IARA square plus, now XS is the reactive component. So VPH sin phi plus IAXS square. So that's the equation. Okay, that is the equation of finding the EPH at no load. Okay, that we will solve again in the next lecture. Let's say, let me save this. So we have this. Simply again, I am telling you why we have the equation. We have generalized equation E0 is equal to V plus IAZS. But here in this case, what we are doing, we are do not consider the power factor. Here they are giving the power factor cos phi 0.8 lagging. So my armature resistance is my active component and my inductive reactance XS is my reactive component. So reactive component we always consider with a sin phi. Active component we always consider with the cos phi. So if my cos phi is 0.8, so what should be my sin phi? Actually, we have equation cos square plus sin square is equal to 1. So you have the value of cos phi. So from that you can easily find the value of sin phi. Okay. So now thank you everyone for attending the session. I request all of you, please write down your enrollment number in a chat for attendance. What's the number? 2. D2D તમે ભાઈ 2 and 12. आपका okay, so those who already written their enrollment number, if they want to leave, they can leave the session. Okay, write down your enrollment number in a chat, and once you already written down, if you want to leave, you can leave the session. Thank you everyone.
Press any key to
I know.
right now.
It will be good.